Hello guys, today we are going to take BitNinja for a test drive. Let's start off with the hardware requirements. You got 5 12 megabytes RAM, dual core CPU, storage, 1024M, internet access. Good, very good. So I'm guessing they could have just said like 1 gig, right? 1 GB storage, whatever. Let's continue on here. We're gonna look at the software requirements. Now, it is showing that Debian 7. But then it does also say Debian 8 and up. So let's go ahead and deploy our server. I am going to opt for a high frequency Atlanta based server running Debian 10. And we're going to go with that 2 virtual CPU. So then we're just going to tick the enable IPv6 box, totally optional. And the server host name is going to be BitNinja. I will now go ahead and click deploy now, and we will continue from here. Keep in mind, there are some listed package dependencies and there are port requirements. So with these right here, with these port requirements, you can kind of just know this is what it looks like they're going to want you to be able to work with. So if you're looking at dealing with the networking side of things, or you have a firewall set up, this may be important information to take note of, these port requirements here. Also keep in mind, like I was mentioning, that the package dependencies are listed here. So I'm going to go check on my server over at Vultr. By the way, if you'd like a Vultr server, look in the description below. There's a link. You can get $100 of free credits, and that helps me out. I get $25, so clickaroo kangaroo. Looks like our BitNinja server is still being set up. I have been billed 4 cents for this server. Oh well, whatever. We're just gonna, oh hey, look, it looks like the server's up. So we're going to take this password and root along with the IP address using PuTTY to remote in, so that way we can deploy. Totally typical. Anytime you connect in for the first time with PuTTY, we're going to say yes to accept that. And from here, we're going to just copy the password, type in root, right click into PuTTY so we can get logged in. Perfect. Looks all good. Let's do an apt update. And then after we do an apt update, we're going to do an apt upgrade. And the reason we type this, by the way, that's apt space update, and then followed by apt space upgrade -y. So it's apt space upgrade space -y. That's the -y part is just kind of auto accept. Sometimes it'll ask you, or I mean, if there's an update available, or I should say an upgrade, it'll say, are you sure? Yes, no, type thing. And doing the -y just makes sure that we automatically get the updates that we need to keep our system up to date. As you can tell at the top right, my name is nicht gut, which means not good in German. And installing this, installing the BitNinja agent is very simple. Just kind of copy this over, and we're gonna go ahead and just paste this in right here, and it's saying welcome to the one-step BitNinja Linux client installer. First, let's check Linux distribution and get everything kind of automatically installed. Would you like to proceed? I'm gonna do Shift Y for uppercase Y, enter. It's gonna be determining my Linux distro now, which of course we're running Debian 10. And now we are waiting for our agent heartbeat. Would you like to execute this scan after installation? So they're advising that we run an initial malware scan. So we're going to just say yes. And it says now please switch back to your browser and navigate to admin.bitninja. And this is going to show us our server. So we're going to jump to the server list over here. And as you can tell, it says BitNinja comes with a safe minimum set of protection modules enabled. So there's a lot more, though, that we can enable on the dashboard to maximize our level of protection. Have a great hacker hunting. So it says the process will start in 8 hours. I think that's a typo. That should say 8 hours. Anyway, we're going to click Show Modules. And over on the right side here, we can see events going on, right? So we're going to also turn on WAF 2.0, but it says before you enable, please check the pre-configuration. So let's go ahead and check our pre-configuration. If you do not use any kind of CDN, then there is no need to enable Trusted Proxies module. Transparent proxy is sufficient, blah, blah, blah. Anyway, if we're using Apache only, it recommends that we do this, right? So remote IP internal proxy, insert IP addresses here. Apache with Plesk. Essentially, I guess what we're really looking at is there's that. I'm just going to enable this straight up. Don't care. Web Honeypot. It says this module is part of the core module set active by default and cannot be disabled. So we do have a Honeypot going on. We've also got Trusted Proxy. Beta modules are compatible with all common systems, but we are unable to test it in all conditions. So bugs can occur. This is going to do yes. If anyone's kind of curious what that does, you just click the question mark. It explains to you what this is and how it works, along with the requirements. So this says loading the whole gray list into HA proxy map uses approximately 600 megabytes of memory. For this reason, BitNinja will only load the gray list into HA proxy map if there's at least 2 gigabytes of free memory. If not, or if that's not the case, proxy filter will only work with the newly gray listed IPs. And just so you can see, we do have 4 gigs of RAM. If we want to check how much we currently have, we can just run, whoops, if I can type right, we can run the top command. And so from here we can see the memory, right? So we got 2 gigs free at least. And we've got this gray list going to town over here. If we want, we can click. I think we can click an IP. Oh yeah, okay. So this IP is on a global gray list. And you can see over here we've got events. This is handling current IP addresses, right? So if we wanted, we can remove this IP from a gray list. And we can, we see that this is coming in from India. We see what's going on here. If we go back over to our servers, we see we have a 7-day free trial. Obviously, I'm only running the trial, but I'm going to click Run Now to run a scan. So the full scan will start, and it's saying you have just ran a scan on the server, or one is currently running. Also, it might be that your server is not active. Okay. Anyway, we're gonna click here, and it shows you welcome to the security analytics. And down below here, we can see these different graphs. Now, keep in mind that this is going to take some time for it to fully generate our list here, and eventually we will get like trending maps here of like gray list trends, just showing us what's going on the server. We got top 10. So right now I'm going to type the last B command, and we can already see we did have things coming in and hitting our server. Right now, it's not showing that we have anything really going on. Right now, I can almost guarantee that if we had disabled, or if we do not have BitNinja going on or active, I should say, we'd see a lot more of these blocked attempts. Now, the reason why I really feel that way, at least, is that BitNinja, for the most part, is doing blocking. So we can go into agent logs, and we can see that we've got this in here. Let's go into var log, and I'm going to cd into BitNinja. And let's go ahead and just cat all our log files. There. So anyway, basically what we can see here is that we do have a listing of quite a few logs. I'm gonna cat the main log. So you can see in the main log we definitely have kind of just all the main stuff going on. But at the same time, it's also important to note here that there's also the WAF manager, and I'm guessing inside here, somewhere in these logs, we definitely would be able to pull out the IP addresses, right? There's also the BitNinja WAF folder separately, it looks like. And so let's see what this looks like. I mean, honestly, I don't know. Yeah, let's install Nmap. I'm gonna just scan my local host quick and see if I have anything running. I may not even have port 80 open, right? So let's just unmap localhost quick and see. Yeah, so here you can see we don't even have Apache open, or we don't have Apache running. So I could do apt install httpd. Actually, it's Apache 2. I'm not on Red Hat. Okay, so there's our index file. We got that. Cool. So now we can go into our BitNinja WAF and look at the access log. Now it may be time, or it may be quite a bit of time before anything even goes on here. But what we know for sure is that we've got events. So it's got connection testing right here for our server. And it found it. You can see here it's testing a connection for our IP address. And let's go ahead and just take a look. Perfect. So yeah, you can see this is our system. And let's go ahead and cat that access log again, or cat the error log. Okay, let's go ahead and try using like a hide my ass proxy quick and load our. Awesome. So at this point, what we're looking at here is let me clear this out so you can see. I'm just going to tail F the access log in our BitNinja WAF. Well, that's web app firewall. And what we're going to see, or what we're going to notice right away, is that, so we can see that each time I was loading that, things were doing this, there was activity going on. So I'm going to just click once more. There you go. You can see that we're loading, and BitNinja is indeed showing our servers. And you can see there's an incident counted over here. So let's go over to Web App Firewall 2.0. Looks like it's loading. It's taken a bit of time to load, which I understand, kind of, but let's go. So it also has a recommended rule set. I'm kind of curious, what happens if we try doing, for example, like SQL injection. Let's give it a shot. All right, so basically, when you come into your WAF 2.0, I'm going to click Manage Rule Set Templates. I'm going to drop this down to High Risk, and we're going to see Virtual Honeypot. I am going to enable our Virtual Honeypot. You know what? It looks like I can't. I don't know why, but okay, so we can't do that. Okay, so we're just gonna for the rule set templates, call this high. We're just gonna click add new. Okay, here we go. So we're gonna turn this on. Yes, I understand. Let's apply these rules. So yeah, we're just going to go in and turn on everything, right? OWASP core rule set. Some rules might cause high false positive. Yeah, whatever. Let's turn it all on, right? Yes, I understand. Let's turn it all on. So we can see it's got SQL injection. We've got cross-site scripting. Cool. So all this, we have it, right? Let's go ahead and just save this now. Okay, so hi. Let's check what hi is again. Cool. We've got pretty much everything enabled that we can. Cool. All right. So let's go over here, and I'm gonna apply this to a pattern now. Okay. So this is our server's address. We're gonna add this. Now it's showing incorrect pattern, which is kind of irritating. But let's drop this down. Please note that lockdown will prevent any post requests. It prevents every action. So sure. So let's do a hi. Right. And then, so yeah, we've got local file inclusion. Cool. So let's go ahead and just enable all the rest of this that we can. And we can see here that the action, we can either log it or we can challenge and gray list IP, right? Perfect. All right, let's check the WAF. So there, the domain patterns, anything that matches here, we should be blocking on, right? So let's give hide my ass a try again, and let's try to trigger this, right? Perfect. Here we go, guys. So look, we've got BitNinja.io server security. Dear visitor, to continue browsing and help us fight cybercrime, please solve the CAPTCHA. We're going to click delist. You can see what we did up here to get on there, right? So I'm going to click delist again. So yeah, it's showing a CAPTCHA error. So basically, we just got this IP address listed on. We got this IP address listed here. So all I did really for that was like file, and did etc password, boom. So now I can try coming over here and just loading the main site. You can see we're black, or we're gray listed, right? So if I come over here and I refresh this, how many times it was triggered, it would be ideal to see an updated number, because we know for sure that we have triggered we know for sure that we've triggered this. Anyway, let's go into anti-phishing. We've never found any phishing sites on your servers. Awesome. That's cool. Infected files. No infected files. So yeah, it'll keep real-time malware protection, network attacks. So yeah, here we go. We can see network attacks. Here is a here's a path traversal attack. Here's that attacker IP. Notice this attacker IP shown is this 5.64. That is in fact the hide my ass that we'd been using. So, and it's kind of cool that we can click on this too, on the attacker IP, and it will show us. It will show us events. So there's that. We've got trusted proxies over here, so we can add a custom proxy. Here's a Cloudflare set. So if we drop this down, we see Cloudflare's range. We can check mark this. I would think. I would assume that. I mean, check mark that, or it'll automatically show up as soon as it detects Cloudflare coming in. But anyway, what I just wanted to show was how simple it is to come in here and just work around with this, right? So we've got our whitelisted IP, which matches our server's IP address, right? So that's our server's IP. Anyway, let's go back over to our web app firewall. There, you can see it was triggered twice. So it does update. It just takes a little bit of time. Thanks for watching, guys, and hopefully you're able to enjoy BitNinja. By the way, if anyone is curious about the protection BitNinja offers for the Pro option here, it's $10 a month, right? And then if you do that yearly, obviously $120. They do also have Basic, which is $60 a year, or that comes out to $5 a month. I would recommend, if you're going to go with BitNinja, to go with Pro. BitNinja is very simple. It'll keep your server safe, running well, and you can also have it set up to run a full scan, full malware scan against your signature set. You can have it run every 15 days, or like at any time that the malware signature set is updated. So that would probably be smart to do. I would do that, and of course every 15 days. You've got post detection, post quarantine scripts. So yeah, kind of cool stuff. If anybody is curious or has any questions about BitNinja, please let me know. I'm more than happy to help you set it up or get it implemented for whatever your use case may be. Thank you for checking this out, and you have a lovely day.